Frank Beard was the man behind the beat that helped make ZZ Top one of the most recognizable rock bands in American music. For more than 5 decades, his drumming provided the steady, unmistakable rhythm behind songs like Sharp-Dressed Man, Legs, Gimme All Your Lovin', and Grange. Now, the music world is mourning his loss. Frank Beard, the longtime drummer of ZZ Top, has died at the age of 77. According to publicist Bob Merlis, Beard died Tuesday at his ranch in Richmond, Texas, while receiving hospice care. His family was by his side during his final moments. The news marks the end of an extraordinary chapter in rock history, but the music Frank Beard helped create will continue to be heard for generations. For many casual listeners, ZZ Top was instantly recognizable because of the band's appearance. Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill became famous for their long beards, dark sunglasses, and unmistakable Texas style. But behind that iconic image was another essential member of the group, Frank Beard. And ironically, Beard was the one member of the classic trio who did not wear the legendary beard that became synonymous with ZZ Top. Yet his contribution to the band was every bit as important. Billy Gibbons shared an emotional tribute following Beard's death, describing him as a great friend and collaborator, and praising him as one of the most naturally innovative drummers he had ever known. Gibbons said Beard's signature backbeat was key to keeping ZZ Top on top. That sentence perfectly captures his importance. Because ZZ Top's sound depended on rhythm. It was bluesy. It was heavy. It was funky. It was laid back but powerful. And Frank Beard was the engine underneath it all. He wasn't simply keeping time. He was creating the groove that gave ZZ Top its identity. For 6 decades, Beard sat behind the drum kit while the band built one of the most successful careers in rock music. ZZ Top would eventually sell more than 50 million records around the world. They would place multiple songs at the top of Billboard's mainstream rock airplay chart. 7 of their albums would reach the top 10 of the Billboard 200, and they would earn 3 Grammy Award nominations. But before the fame, the huge tours, and the millions of records, there was simply a group of young musicians from Texas who wanted to play music. Frank Beard was born in Texas and became involved in music at a young age. His path eventually crossed with Billy Gibbons, who was already developing his own reputation as a guitarist. Beard had connections with several musicians in the Texas music scene, including Dusty Hill, and those relationships would eventually bring the 3 musicians together. In 1969, ZZ Top was formed. Gibbons on guitar and vocals, Dusty Hill on bass and vocals, and Frank Beard behind the drums. That lineup would remain together for more than 5 decades. Think about that for a moment. Music trends changed. Technology changed. The record industry changed. Rock music itself changed. But ZZ Top remained ZZ Top. And Frank Beard was there through almost all of it. Their first album, ZZ Top's first album, arrived in 1970. The band's sound immediately reflected their Texas roots. They combined blues, rock, and funk into something uniquely their own. They weren't trying to sound like everyone else. They were creating a sound that felt like Texas,